reason why.
Dear with you, greetings and evening to each and everyone. Yes, things and times there with you, 2 minutes past 6. Boy, that tune is long, but the thing they just go short. Yes, we are going to play some tune and we want to talk a good talk this evening here. Spirituality and material concern. What that is really is to let people understand how Al-Islam deals with spirituality and life, you know? Because there's so many things we need to recognize. And the first thing we have to recognize, and I think some of the elders them miss it, is that we are people in the diaspora, the black people, African people, African Caribbean people in the diaspora. We are children of the slaves. And just like our parents, we started from zero. Everybody else, that's a nation of people. Them have a culture, them have them history, them have a legacy. them have for them own land, them have for them own names. Them have a recorded existence. And we are people that doesn't have that, was not allowed to know that. And we have just survived. I'm going to paint the picture much later. And you'll see. Because for some people, I think it's very devastating. But at the same time, we have suffered. And the people who put us through this suffering, they're very good at telling us that's been a long time ago, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. So we will go there, and we're not going to abuse the pastor or offend the pastor, but we're going to work on our minds, our thoughts, our vision, if any, our sensibility, our common sense, our reflection. We are going to touch it. We are telling you now, we are going to touch it. And this is free. Friday, we try to remember a person's name. I say Lord Mountbatten. But Lord Mountbatten is Prince Charles' uncle or something, sir. But it was Lord Lucan. You see? Lord Lucan is one man that disappeared. And man of good standing in society, but him disappear. And never was heard or seen from up to this time. You see? So the picture I was painting is that the young royal things have happened, him can't disappear. Him can be out of public eye, but him can't disappear. Unfortunate for him. You see?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Naomi rose again.
Changing times, we are changing.
Written in the scriptures.
Yes.
That every man should stand upon his own. Written in the scriptures.
Shocking.
That every queen shall have a throne.
I'm telling
written
you.
in the scriptures.
Believe me.
That every man should start to take some heed. Written in the scriptures. Yeah. That Jah alone controls your destiny. Yeah. I've been through trials, tribulations too. I even taken the wrong road. Jah alone guide me through.
Listen.
You see, temptation is all around, so beware of the heathen try to hold you down. Nations rising against each other. No more love for sister and written in the scriptures.
I tell you.
Yeah, that every man to stand upon his own. Written in the scriptures. That every queen shall have a throne.
See?
Written in the scriptures.
What you gonna do?
That every man to start to take some heed. Written in the scriptures. Yeah. That Jah alone controls your destiny. Yeah. You got it bad, yeah.
A platinum.
Someone's got it worse. Some have no food or water.
Choo-choo.
Nothing to quench their thirst.
Oh, what you mean?
Youth and youth want to fight for right, but there's no respect for another's life. Social control spreading all around. Beware of the heathen trying to hold you down. Written in the scriptures.
Believe me.
Yeah, that every
Ethiopia.
The Jah alone controls your destiny. Yeah.
Lion of Judah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Beware
Menelik.
of the heathen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What a son.
Yeah, we rather tell them again. Ooh. Written in the scripture.
Oh, Menelik.
That every man to stand upon his own.
What a
Written
song.
in the scripture. Written
Lion
in the
of Judah.
scripture. That every queen shall have a throne. Written in the scriptures. Oh, yeah. That every man to start to take some heed. Written in the scripture.
Oh, Solomon.
The Jah alone controls your destiny. Written in the scripture.
Bibo. David. Dawood.
Written in the scriptures.
Menelik.
Yeah. Written in the scriptures.
Of the tribe of Judah.
Oh, yeah.
Of the 12 tribe. You know?
Written in the scriptures. Yeah,
Legal
yeah.
son.
Oh,
You see? Abyssinia, you need to know the history, proper things. Never too late.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Judge not
Two, tell them.
that he be not judged.
Judge.
How you fi judge a man? Don't you know them the thing they wrong? But can you guys sing this a song? We are big, no make them
Oh,
know.
Solomon.
I some
Scripture.
impersonators a flex like one. Well, I must say
Things and times, we there with you. Different.
We are judgment, you want to conquer again. I bit no make them out. So me want know why some
Call your friends.
impersonators a
Get your
flex like
books.
one. Well, I must say John and quote them a rule.
Easy pass, come follow me.
Judgment you want to come. You can't say
I'm in
a
the
man
mood.
know the Almighty. Just show him no have long hair. Long hair and no man with trim.
Moringa
Far
mood.
more
See?
righteous than some long hair man out
Yeah.
there. Don't judge a book by the cover.
No.
And never ever judge a man by the clothes where him wear. Cause one time a man did invite Jesus Christ to dinner. Then frowns through the way out him appear.
Listen.
We are big, no make them out. So me want know.
Bastards, get your books.
Sex like punk. Well,
Don't
I must say
panic.
John and quote them a rule. Then John, we are judgment, you want to conquer again. You are big, no
Tell
make
your
them
friends.
out. So me want know why some impersonators
This is in the mood.
sex like punk.
Scriptural
I
mood.
must say
Serious.
John and quote them a rule.
Yeah,
Then
no
John,
daggery.
we are judgment, you want to. We have many things to say, but firstly, seek the Lord and beg him have mercy.
See?
So hear me now, son and daughter. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty.
See?
A man might know naughty, but that still no mean.
Why
Say
cool
man
outside now?
dirty, no pure and
Never warn your brain.
Then again, he might the dread and bad mind gone to bed. So, oh no bring that to me. Oh no see, say me happy, no make them out. So me want know why some impersonators a flex like
Yeah,
one.
impersonation.
I must sit down and quote them a rule. Them down for your judgment, you want to conquer. Then they a bit, no make them out. So me want know why some impersonators a flex like punk. Well, I must sit down and quote them a rule. Them down for your judgment, them want to conquer. Well, I want to no listen when me say, change up your act to all evil sin.
Listen.
Cause if night should I ever compare, a whole heap of heathen would run away when he say, they a bit no make them out. So me want know why some impersonators a flex like punk. Well, I must say John and quote them a rule. Them junk for your judgment, them want to conquer. Then they a bit no make them out. So me want know why some impersonators a flex like punk. Well, I must say John and quote them a rule. Them John for your judgment, them want to conquer. You can't say a man no know the
Sensible
Almighty.
station,
Just show
listen.
him no have long hair. Cause
And rub up,
man
and
with
have up.
trim no far
Sensible,
more righteous
listen.
than some long hair man out there.
No time to
Don't judge
waste.
a book by the cover.
Education
and never
with-
ever judge a man by the clothes where him wear.
Different.
Cause one time a man did invite Jesus Jesus Christ to dinner. Then frowns through the way out him appear. When I'm not here, rabbit no make them all. Some me want to buy some impersonators and teach like monk.
Yo, Menelik, you have to know about Menelik and understand that part the serious way.
Are you going to have to control this song tonight?
I tell you, man. We're not impersonating. Not to be important, but it's important to be good. Yeah. times. Yeah, man, we are sprinkle out the rhythm them. Listen good. Teaching in the school of rhythms. Coming star.
Yeah. Cheer up, my people. Cheer up. It could be worse.
I tell you.
Cheer up, my sisters. Don't give it up. It could be worse. Hang on, my brothers. Even though life is tough, it could be worse. Much worse than it is. Just look around you and watch what you say and watch what you do. Think positive and you must get through. Two roads before you. Which one will be your choice?
Choose, man.
The straight and narrow, the other one. Think twice, you've got to be wise. Life is no easy street. Sometimes we all got to feel the heat, but
Where there's a will, there is a way. So we gotta hang on in there.
It could be worse. Cheer up, my sisters.
Don't give up.
It could be worse. Hang on, my brothers.
Even though life is tough,
It could be worse. Much worse than it is.
just look around you. Hey,
Watch what you say and watch what you do.
Isn't it?
Think positive and you must go through.
Choo-choo.
There's others worse than you
Exactly.
who might lose their lives.
be careful of the things you do, cause only the strong survive.
The hotter the battle, the
Teach,
sweeter
man.
the victory. Nothing good comes easy. I pray to the Almighty, cause life is a mystery. He'll protect you continually. It could be worse.
Cheer up, my sisters.
Don't give it up. It could be worse.
Hang on, my brothers.
Even though life is tough, it could be worse.
Much worse than it is.
Just look around you. Hey, watch what you say and watch what you do.
Think positive and you must get through.
Oh now, yeah. Oh now, all you gotta do is hang on in there. Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Two roads before you. Which one will be your choice?
The straight, the narrow, the easy one. Think twice, you gotta be
Things and
wise.
times. Listen.
Life is no easy street. Sometimes we've got to feel the heat. Where there's a will, there's a way. It's so we got to hang on in there. It could be worse.
Cheer up, my sisters.
Don't give it up. It could be worse.
Hang on, my brothers.
Even though life is tough, it could be worse.
Much worse than it is.
Boy,
Watch what you say and watch what you do.
think positive and you must get through. You gotta hang on in there.
Whoa, yeah. Gotta give it in.
Live positive. Work hard now. You gotta hang on in there. It could be worse. Cheer up, my sisters, and don't give up. We've got to hang on in there. Think positive.
Things and times, man.
It could be worse.
Sensibility.
Much
Round
worse
here.
than it is.
See?
Just look
About here.
around you.
Round here. Proper things. No camouflage. You see? Yes. Listen good. Listen keenly. Both ears.
Stay in my corner, gee.
Menelik.
It is better to give than to receive. Yes, we won't be falling short like Adam and Eve.
Teach.
No, Jah is on my side. He's my only guide.
Teach.
Through wintry nights and stormy days. Oh, what a plight. Stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever,
What a sound sweet,
boy, stay in my corner. If you wanna live forever. Oh Lord, remember when you dig that pit yesterday?
Yeah, man.
Oh now,
Write it.
might as well you did too.
Symbols nice.
For time is the master.
Chopping
Why
sweet.
envy your brother?
Rhythm
When
section.
they came upon me,
Listen
he
vocals.
told my flesh, didn't they fall? Stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever,
Things and
whoa,
times.
stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever,
Easy yard
oh
massive.
Lord,
What a beat. Flash it. Coming sweet.
Hold on, yeah now. Hold on. Yeah, GB, tell me. See, let the days are yours. Yes. Oh Lord, yeah.
Walk all over
Because
it.
of your
See?
wicked ways.
Control your mind.
Your wicked ways. Oppressing the poor. You know they can take no more.
One things in times.
Jah is on my side.
Sweet. Hot up the spot.
He is my only guide. Stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever, stay in my
Proper
corner.
things.
Stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever, yes, stay in my corner, forever. So your lives will be better. Yeah, stay in my corner. Chewy, if you wanna live forever.
Flash it so.
Whoa, Lord, yeah. Stay in my corner. Stay.
Yes, we are sick. Yeah, tell you. Watch it, man. Touch them.
Come home, African children. Come home, Jaja children.
Proper things.
We can't take it no more, no more. Come home, African children. Come home, Jaja children.
Tell your friends, man.
We can't take it no more.
Get your book. Where is a spiritual book?
Bloodshed,
A book of wisdom.
and it's all we
Overstanding.
need to destroy
Get it.
mankind and their liberty.
This is in the mood. Watch me, man. Touch
The
me.
kills and time, you pick them not forget. We rob the neighborhood, the pensioners are fed.
Spirituality and
All
material
we are
concerns.
doing is disturb mankind. Yes, just come on, African children.
Oh, you mean?
Come on, Jaja children. We can't take it no more. No, no, come on, African children. Come on, Jaja children. We can't take it no more. No, no. Break the dinner.
Leave it up.
Oh,
Things in times, man.
you know.
Grandstand. Rubber dubber kick. Yeah.
Come home, African children.
What a sound, sweetie.
Come home, Jaja children. We can't take it no more, no more. Come home,
Proper things.
African children. Come home, Jaja children. We can't take it no more, no more, no more. Bloodshed, man are dead, and it's all we need
What a
to
song.
destroy mankind and their liberty is greed.
Listen.
But the kills and time, you pick them not forget. We rob the neighborhood, the pensioners are fret. All they are doing is disturb mankind. Yes, just come on, African children.
Culture.
Come on, Jaja children.
Sensible.
We can't take it no more. No,
School.
come on, African children. Come on, Jaja children.
Cultural values.
We can't take it no more. No,
Moral
no.
content. Listen.
Break the general curse. Are you will end up in a hearse?
Eh?
Don't go by street and rob nobody's purse.
I tell you, man.
You gotta live in love and unity and build a better community.
I'm telling you.
Don't live now, don't eat them. That's class as the living dead.
Things in time we teach.
Love Jah and live. Hate you, you will die.
Masters,
No more.
tune in and learn a lesson.
Come on, on, African children. Come on, Jaja children. We can't take
I'm the one that teach the one that teach you. So you cannot defy I. You know that.
And live.
Buck you to fall over and pick you up and dust you out.
Like the feet and the lead themselves
I'm what?
astray.
Humble.
Oh no.
Yes.
There's two roads before you. Pick your choice, my brothers.
Watch me.
There's two roads before you. Pick your choice, my sisters.
A mother's child, listen.
Don't let the devil control your mind. Do the thing that's right. Just kneel and pray the chapter a day. Hear what I say. Come on, African children. Come on, Jaja children.
Teach.
We can't take it no more. Oh no, oh no. Come on, African children. Come on, Jaja children. We can't take it no more. No. For Exodus is inside. So stand up for your right. Exodus is inside. Do the good both day and night. The Exodus is inside. So stand up for your right. The Exodus is inside.
Listen, man, we are teach. Don't run from it. Listen.
Send me a prayer, oh Father,
Sing.
so I could pray for my soul.
Proper tunes.
Deliver me. Send me these words to this song. I'm singing songs of freedom, songs of love.
This is from the Torah. Sing.
My enemies they fall and stumble beneath the stone.
The tablets them call the Torah. Sing. This is what you're hearing.
And the rolling stone they gather the moss. Even if you throw a stone in a head cornerstone, Father,
Teach.
deliver me from my foes. Why, Father, give me strength along the way. As I lift up my eyes, I see many dangers surrounding me. And when I go to sleep at night, I pray to you to guide me, and the things that the evil people do. God will not have mercy on you. So just leave me alone. Don't even throw no stone, or crush no bone, Sing along, Father, deliver me from my foes. Father, give me strength as I go to the valley of evil. Only
proper things. I tell you.
Oh, Father, give me strength as I go.
Things and times. Yeah, man, we're hot on the spot. Don't worry about it. Don't leave.
Emancipation, they say, will never come. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, will never come. Man, I say man is doomed to die. Domina Babylon with war and strife, grief and terror and tongues of hate. This I know will soon abate, for I have seen the land of my father in a vision.
The Torah, listen.
From the hills of captivity's plains, yes, I've seen
What a vision.
of a righteous one has come to declare, for I be slain.
Listen.
For my brothers and my sisters, and my brethren in the yoke of oppression. What for the child who only knows of hate and destruction? Only knows deliverance has come, come, come. Deliverance has come. In a desert time, come, come, come. Deliverance has come. No more visitation. No, I know where all man stands. I know. I'm sorry. For I have seen the land of my father in tradition. Yeah.
Menelik.
From the hills of captivity's
Abyssinia.
plain.
Africa.
Yes, I've seen of a righteous one has come to declare, for I be
That's the
slain.
capital Abyssinia, me I tell you.
Roman called wise, they all laugh at me. My captivity to them is joy you can see. Emancipation, they say, will never come. That's what they say. My destiny is in the motherland, and not in Babylon. Babylon is too rough for me, and I want to be free. People are stressed by down pressure and dread reforms. Yeah, but deliverance has come. Deliverance has come. In a decent time, come, deliverance has come. Yeah, jubilation, celebration. No more visitation in a wicked Babylon. Deliverance has come, deliverance has come. In a decent time, come, all the man has come to deliver. Come on.
Listen.
Free up my brothers one by one. They need to be free.
Things and times, proper things, listen.
3 meals a day, no rent to pay,
So sweet.
got no wife to obey, only the bosun's getting
Selection,
paid.
wise.
Sitting in a 2x4, looking through an iron door. Darling, I could never get used to that smile. No, I'm talking about detention. I'm talking about detention, yeah. I'm talking about
Listen.
detention. I'm talking about the thing. Believe me, oh, believe me.
Proper things, man.
Believe me, it's true. Believe me. I said 3 meals a day. Got no rent to pay. Got no wife to obey. Only the bosun's getting paid.
Wise.
Sitting in a 2x4, looking through the organ door. Darling, I could never get used to that smell. No, I'm talking about the tension. I'm talking about the tension. Yeah. I'm talking about the tension. I'm talking about the tension. Got to believe me. Oh, it's true. The tension. Well, yeah.
Proper things. Wise selection.
The wrong remains the same, and the righteous get the blame. The wrong remains the same, the people get the blame. Every time, every day, everywhere they go.
In the rubber dub style.
The people get the blame. Every time, everywhere they go.
Wise.
Got to overcome the judgment and tribulation. Oh, yeah. So I say, oh God, 3 meals a day. Got no rent to pay, no wife to obey. Only the bosun's getting paid. Sitting in a 2x4, looking through the organ door. I could never get used to that smell. Oh no. Talking about the tension. Talking about the tension. Talking about the tension. Talking about the tension. Last night, and I tell you everything was right. In that detention.
Yeah. Where you detect me? Chee.
Yeah. So much stress and all these problems. This made me think a lot of things, you know. Still, you know me, ain't gonna die. I'm gonna live forever, I'm a survivor. You know that? Yeah. Bascom X. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like smoking. It makes me feel like I'm floating. Sometimes I feel like drinking. It makes me feel so high. It makes me wanna fly. So much trouble in this world, so much evil in this world. Makes you wanna cry, makes you wanna cry. Wanna get a job one day, but the voice within me say, hey boy, you're slipping. Yeah, damn you little black boy, hey what you thinking? Damn you African boy, hey what you thinking? I wanna be free, free. Say you wanna be, say you gonna be free, free. Say you wanna be, say you gonna be free. Say you wanna be, say you gonna be free, free. Say you wanna be, say you gonna be free. Say you gonna be free. Say you wanna, say you wanna be. Yeah. Oh yeah. long time from home. Yeah. Mama was sad, Papa beat her so bad. I know someday Jah gon' change things. Yeah. I know someday I'm gonna make it. Suffering so bad. Oh yeah. I feel like asleep. Oh yeah. Suffering so bad, so bad. I feel like a running slave. Oh yeah. Set me on free. Set me on free. Let me go free. Let me go free. Let me go free. Let me go free. Dreaming about this. Yeah. Stars across the sky. I wanna set myself free. I wanna be free, free. Say you wanna be, say you gotta be free. Say you wanna be, say you gotta be free, free. Say you wanna be, say you gotta be free. Oh, say you gotta be, say you gotta be, say you wanna be. Sometimes I feel like smoking. It makes me feel like I'm floating. Sometimes I feel like drinking. And it makes me wanna fly. It makes me feel so high. So much trouble in this world, so much evil in this world. Makes you wanna cry. Makes you wanna cry.
Now this is an
anthem. Get a job one day, but the vibes within me say, hey boy, you're slipping.
Yeah, you're my selector. More music and less talk.
Na 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 na. Mr. Marlon Asha, give thanks. It's you who made a way, so help us as I kneel and pray. For broad is the way that lead to destruction, narrow is the way to righteousness. Oh, I don't wanna end up burning in fire. These words are not good for you, then tell me what you desire. Would you repent and cling to Jah?
Master.
Oh, can they cleanse their way and cling to Jah? Oh, can they leave the wicked ways of the West before you repatriate to Ethiopia?
Menelik. Out to the moon.
Do you remember the flood that came upon this land? Jah made a rainbow in the sky,
Solomon
simply saying to man, I would not make it rain, but fire's gonna burn the next time. See, I don't wanna end up burning in fire. If these words are not good for you, then tell me what you desire.
Yes,
would you repent and turn to Jah?
Wise.
Oh, can they cleanse their way and cling to Jah? Oh, can they leave the wicked ways
of the West. Before you repatriate to Ethiopia, I beg you, humble yourself and me say give praise to Jah. Come make we repatriate to Africa. I get fed up all them slave master. You know see how much we for parents them slaughter. Hey Mr. Asha, me say in anger, but I cool me have to cool down me temper. And I gather up my brother, gather up my sister, and make we cleanse up we way and left this place rasta. I don't wanna end up burning in fire. If these words are not good for you, then tell me what you desire. Would you repent and cling to Jah? Oh, can they bend their way and cling to Jah? Oh, can they leave the wicked ways of the West before you repatriate to Ethiopia?
Say no matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love,
what is the life for that? Good over evil.
Love conquer it all, love conquer everything. The Bible said that.
Whoa. Ruler of all nations and of all people, most high by Selassie the first. Bless them. Give thanks and praises. The blessing has been going through the hurt now. Give thanks and praises. Remember, say I love them first. I say give thanks and praises. Rastafari will quench your thirst now. Give thanks and praises. And don't let your blessing turn curse. Yes, turn curse. Lose your culture and gone on another thing. Caught up in a vanity and material things. Indulge in a Roman body thing. From your mouth that simple mean you're in a sin. No really know what it is. Every day them gone deeper in a negative. Rastafari give all the privilege to speak the truth throughout the villages. Clean life will give you happiness. Too much of human catastrophes. Babylon, illusion and vactive could never stop the bingy man. Give thanks and praises. The blessing has been going through the hurt now. Give thanks and praises. Remember say I love them first. Give thanks and praises. Rastaman will quench your thirst now. Give thanks and praises. And don't make your blessing turn curse. Yes, turn curse. Yes. But get to find out and chat them love chat. Full up of paganism man, demon hack. The youths them in the ghetto so them not take that. For freedom and the justice will leap a gunshot. When the youth them rage them say I'm mad them mad. And when the youth them wild them say I'm bad them bad. Babylon bill gun, give your mom and your dad. From cowboy days, Indiana get shot. They make a new gun with a light pan top. Strictly for art and head top. Me gone from the farm to go plant and chop. Till the soil make Babylon flop. Them new world order is a serious thing. The mark of the beast from the outer layer of your skin. The street and the city full of beer kingpin. All my blood me see the vampire drinking. From the other day them come in with cloning. Beware, be careful of them DNA thing. Informer deep in the telephone thing. Yo, appear picture taking. Give thanks and praises. The blessing has been going through the hurt, yo. Give thanks and praises. Remember say I love them first. Yes, give thanks and praises. Rastafari will quench your thirst now. Give thanks and praises. And don't make your blessings and curse. Yes, don't curse. Yes, yo. Lose your culture, that mean it is another thing. Caught up in the material and flashy things. Indulge in a Roman body thing. From your bow that simple mean you're innocent. Enough of them no really know what it is. Them gone very deep in the negative. Rastafari give you the privilege to spread the truth throughout the villages. Clean life will give you an happiness. Too much human catastrophes. Babylon, illusion is no backitative. Them Cuba never stop the bingy man from live. Give praises. The blessing is going through the heart, yes. Give thanks and praises. I tell you, love some verse, yes. Give thanks and praises. Rastaman will quench your thirst, yo. Give thanks and praises, and don't make your blessings and curse, yes. Don't curse, give thanks and praises. The blessing has been going through the hurt now. Give thanks and praises. Remember, say I love some verse, yes. Give thanks and praises. Rastaman will quench your thirst, yo.
Yeah. I'm here saying now, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything.
Motivate yourself, not another move. You're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them made vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve. Well, not another move. You're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them hate vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve. Them not like you no more, you job done, you pave a way for them to come now. Them don't want to see you no more. The population increase, that anger some man them talk about human eradication. Protect yourself, the innocent, they have to die. Why do men have to live in war and genocide? Cause if they open up their eyes and realize wolf in sheep clothing, Babylon wearing disguise. Not another move, you're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them made vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve. Well, not another move, you're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them hate vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve. Shout out to the masses, can't you see what they do? They rejoice when we divide them, all conquer and rule. To them I exalt themselves, them I brag and I boast and I pray for you go down in a hole. Protect yourself, the innocent, they have to die. Why do men have to live in war and genocide? Cause if they open up their eyes and realize wolf in sheep clothing, Babylon wearing disguise. Not another move, you're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them made vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve. Well, not another move, you're stepping dirty Babylon shoes. Them image forget you're confused. Be aware of them hate vaccination and food, cause them don't want your life to improve.
Now this is an anthem.
Yes, we went into the vaults. And we just come and surface some culture, reality, proper things. So it give you something to think about. Because if you don't go get your book, which is the Torah and the Injil, you not follow me, you know. So get the book, reason with your brethren and your sister when we start talk about spirituality and material concern. You see? A serious thing.
Time is now, yes. Black man, the time is now for us to live as one. We got to make the way somehow. There's no one to stop us now. You see, the time is right to leave the darkness coming, to
time is now. The nights are turning days, brighter days are coming. When man and man will live as one. Brighter days are coming. The time is right to leave the darkness, coming to the light. They don't like the truth. I alone wear my boots. So black man, the time is now. Yes, it's right. It's right. Let's live as one.
Verse 16.
Come on, come on. Like man, the time is now for us to live.
I feel we sing a tell them below it.
Here we go!
Question, you know.
Without violence, some are rapper, some are looter, some are shoot, some are fire gunner, some are fire bomb, some are beggar, some are thief, some are steal. Oh Lord, I want to know when poor people gonna live happily. Oh Lord, I want to see. Stop me now. I'm gonna keep on trying because I know my day will come soon. One day, boy, some of them are rappers, some are shoot, some of them are fire gonna loot, and some are beggars, some are thief, some are steal.
I feel we sing a tell them below it.
Here we go!
And we can't forget the sisters, our women them. Watch it. Nah, forget them. Brown skin girl. See? Same artist.
Brown skin girl, you are the one I've been waiting on.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't let you get away.
Why? Girl of my complexion.
Turn me on.
You must be going in my direction.
Turn me on. How did she turn me on? She rub up every hair in my chest, and she put the hair in my chest.
You see? A Rasta youth that, you know. I speak good, clean, concerning a woman. Not them young boy that come out like nobody not teach them. And they never even bother go to church. You understand? We don't understand where them get them understanding from. When we across the border, watch it.
Sheriff
Babylon man. He's up on the borderline. Sheriff Babylon man. Every time I enter the border, here comes the Babylon man. Here comes the policeman, asking for my identification. He asking for my passport. He asking for my DNA. Sheriff Babylon man, why can't we be free to go wherever we want to go? In a Babylon, in a Jaja land. Sheriff Babylon man, what are you searching for? I don't have no marijuana. I don't have no ganja. I want to be free to travel across the border. Free up natty dreadlocks. Free up the dreadlocks man. Why can't we be free to go wherever we want to go across the border? Babylon, a whole borderline. I want to know the reason why. Man not for free to go wherever he wants to go. Man not for free to smoke whatever he wants to smoke. Babylon, what you want to control Jaja land for? Yes, I'm a singer man. I am a musician man. Why can't we be free to go wherever we want to go in a Babylon? I don't know the reason why. Babylon, a whole borderline. Boy, yo. Sheriff, let go the dreadlocks man. Make we move across the borderline. Sheriff Babylon man, Mr. Babylon man. Woy, woy, woy. Every time I enter the borderline, here comes the Babylon, here comes the sheriff man, asking where is my identification, where is my passport, and where is my DNA card. Boy, 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 man, I feel free to travel over borderline.
You have some conspirators about, you know. Watch it, Linville. Talk, man.
You really don't want to see your brother make progress. Whoa, yeah.
It seems every time me set for do something, this kind of gremlins, spy people, some bad-minded, confused people that now stop my conversation. Talk to you, Linville Thompson.
You really don't want to see your brother make progress. Whoa, yeah. Some don't want to see their brother make progress. Some don't want to see the sister make progress. So every time they see me pass, so much chat and some of them.
Yes, the other day we hear say that the general got assault. You understand? So here what happened to the general now. Listen, you take we up with the news, man. Stop playing your fool.
The great sounds call the pain. Originally by the man called Brigadier General Zavatilia. Do it! Hey, tell them, cause this is pain. Bang literally down pain. Hey, ribbit. Bang literally down pain. Slang dang, me got the pain in me back, me got the pain in on me chest. Hey, in on me hand, on me say, down to me photo. Then shoot some black up people like a iron, a cocoa. But go tell you we read the Bible, the only book page to page. Tell them, bang literally page to page. Hey, nothing just cause with me. Fly on a plane, they want me feel pain. Hey, right on a chain, they want me feel pain. Me take it from no Kingston going on to Spain. Bad boy joke it down, and me them give the blame. Hey, Babylon come, they want to bust up me head. A whole pan dirty nigga want to see me drop dead. From pain. Oh, remember style them styler. Come me say, Sunday da shine on me say, Monday da shine, hey. Sunday da shine on me say, inna the rain, hey. The ankle slip on me out, feel the pain. I man don't really know who me say, who do the blame, hey. Slave master coming for me, back away. Them put me in a Wacobo where them call it the jail. And everything they give me it is something that is fail. Pain, nothing better kill you about the thing pain. Do it! The thing called pain. Rastafari know. Me got the pain in me neck, me got the pain in me back. Hey, inna me chest, and me say, down to me hand. Hey, inna me knee, and me say, down to me foot. Then treat them black up people like a iron, a cocoa. But go tell you we read the Bible, the holy book. We teach our daughter how them fi cocoa. Papa, biggie, super duper, I'm a no cocoa. That is pain. Ribbit, tell them about pain. Hey, slang bang, literally. Pain, hey, let's go start, hey, I'm say, Sunday that shine up. The great sounds called the pain. Originally by the man called Brigadier General Zavatilia. Do it! Hey, tell them, cause this is pain. Literally down pain. Slang dang, me got the pain in me back, me got the pain in on me chest. Hey, inna me hand, on me say, down to me photo. Then shoot some black up people like a iron, a cocoa. But go tell you we read the Bible, the only book page to page. Tell them, bang literally page to page. Hey, nothing just cause with me. Fly on a plane, they want me feel pain. Hey, right on a chain, they want me feel pain. Me take it from no Kingston going on to Spain. Bad boy joke it down, and me them give the blame. Hey, Babylon come, they want to bust up me head. A whole pan dirty nigga want to see me drop dead. From pain. Oh, remember style them styler. Come me say, Sunday da shine on me say, Monday da shine, hey. Sunday da shine on me say, inna the rain, hey. The ankle slip on me out, feel the pain. I man don't really know who me say, who do the blame, hey. Slave master coming for me, back away. Them put me in a Wacobo where them call it the jail. And everything they give me it is something that is fail. Pain, nothing.
See, the reggae. Whatever people them say, them have to pray. It's a lovely thing still, you know, because everybody just say, to a Brigadier General, them say, you just have to pray. You understand? They never say, well, here what now? We're going to send $20,000, $15,000, something. They just said, you have to pray. I tell you, serious thing. Listen.
Now this one goes out to all the original Rastaman who keep the faith. Nothing can turn it back. Straight up to the max. Last year, Lord of mercy, give me no star. Rasta no feeling something in a bangarang. No bang, no bang.
Hey, listen, you know. I tell you. Yeah, listen.
Now this one goes out to all the original Rastaman who keep the faith. Nothing can turn it back. Straight up to the max. Last year,
Mistake. Listen.
Lord mercy, give me no star. Rasta no feeling something in a bangarang. No bang, no bang. Rasta no feeling something in a bangarang. No bang, no bang. A Rasta don't need a 4-5 in his hand to show the whole wide world he's a Rasta man. A Rasta don't need a bomb in his hand to show the whole world he's the Rasta man.
You only need His Bible, good meditation, and give thanks and praise to the Holy One, and make a plan to leave Babylon. And if you don't do that, it's going to bring a bam bam. Yes, Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no bang. Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no bang. You never live to see a true Rasta man with a freebase pipe in his hand. You never live to see a true Rasta man with a cocaine pipe in his hand. You will always see a Rasta man building a split, always challenge in his hand, and giving thanks and praise to the Almighty One, who is the kings of kings and this land. So Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no rang. Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no rang. If you are good, try to be better. And if you are better, try to be your best. But he's not south, we're round to the west. Go tell the whole wide world, General, he's the best. Because Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no rang. Rasta no fi mix up in a bangarang. No bang, no rang. You'll never live to see a real Rasta man with a 4-5 in his hand. You'll never live to see.
See, what I say? Everybody can make a mistake or two.
Modern girl,
Hear that, as we say.
Modern girl with the old-fashioned kind of loving.
Watch it.
This is the original Courtney melody. Alongside I'm on Brigadier Jerry. I'm the big heavy man called Ebony. Did you hear what I say? Boom shot.
Sing it.
I need a modern girl with the old-fashioned kind of loving.
Hear that.
To put me to bed at night and wake me up at morning.
I'll beg your pardon, what did you say?
I need a girl with true loving.
Hear that.
I need a girl with sweet romancing.
Now you see him wife, no? His wife is not a modern girl, you know. She's just a good woman. See? Yeah, man. When you have them type of relationship, you have good defense. You see what I mean? It's not even a defense. It's loyalty. Listen. Yes. So now we have Big Youth. Big Youth get his award and all these other artists them that pass. And me I say artists, you know. Yeah. When I talk them ones there with all the movie making and all them underpants and whatever. You see? Yeah. Jayot.
The work of the Lord is perfect, and the coming of His judgment is soon. Make haste while you may. Tomorrow is another day.
Child the children following
take a walk against him,
bad day.
Why would you even fight against him, brother? In Babylon, Lord, Jaja children, so you got to know them well. In Babylon, Lord, Jaja children, so you got to know them well. And watch it only time will tell. In Babylon, Lord, Jaja children, and what you got to know them well. So him take a vote against him mother. Move ya! No one come to fight against him brother. Why would take a vote against his mother?
See, only time will tell. Yeah.
God the Lord God keep them blessing. To them not the Lord God keep them love. Singing on the Lord God keep them glory. Watch it on the Lord God keep them love. Growing on a river, growing.
So Big Youth that you know. What is the award now?
1970s, ladies and gentlemen, Manly Augustus Buchanan, Big Youth.
See, Jayot.
How do people come forth good as I would say?
The original Rastaman to enter the music business. Big Youth is a man with a message. He arrived on the music scene in the wake of U-Roy, Dennis Al Capone, and I-Roy, but quickly established his own style. The consummate cultural toaster, the DJ, ruled the dancehall across the 70s, returning in the 90s to once again rule the scene. Born in Kingston, Jamaica on April 19, 1949, Manly Augustus Buchanan had his moniker long before he had picked up a mic. He was named Big Youth by his co-workers at the Kingston Sheraton Hotel, where the tall teen was employed as a mechanic. He began performing at dances to a valid fan base and started DJing regularly at Lord Tipperton's sound system, quickly becoming the top DJ for the outfit. He released his first single in January 1972 and later enjoyed successes with singles with producer Gussie Clarke for The Killer Single, who later produced his debut album in 1973. Big Youth worked with other notable producers such as Joe Gibbs, Derek Harriott, Harry J, and Sonia Pottinger. His second album, Reggae Phenomenon, was a phenomenal success, and Big Youth started utilizing heavier roots rhythms, including the popular Sata Masagana. Big Youth continues to tour and perform with the same eclectic style that made him into a signature name. Jarius salutes Manly Augustus Buchanan. Big Youth.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Big Youth. Presentation being made by Denzel Thor, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport.
Good night, good evening. Blessings. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised in the mountain of his holiness. Beautiful for our situation, and the whole joy of this earth is Mount Zion. Yes, people, me's a man now, I tell you the truth. I feel no way now. Sometimes it coming like me a quarrel or me a yeah. But that is not it. You know? Give thanks, Jairia. I tell you all the while, sometimes when I speak out, I'm not speaking individually. If you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm upset because I say, boy, I see, you know, award all kind of people. Yeah, it's really reward me want, you know, cause me the great one, give thanks for life, man. When everybody used to skin up and afraid, yeah? Me tell them, say, see if me have a trim, see it all a drop off, you know. Me nah go a foreign, me a stay here. Yeah? Because the music was so nice, you know. Because me learn from the people before me. And all of that, because music is a lesson. Give thanks to the singers and the players and all of instrument, because all of God's springs are in thee. Yeah? The whole joy of the earth, like me say, you know, is Mount Zion and the people. I'm Mr. McNabb. I'm not calling out Miss Grange and a special name, because I see the Queen Marcia and everybody. And all Copeland is up beside Marcia. Anyhow, them people here, Jairia, all Herbie Miller over there, so Jairia, give praises. I mean first say Natty Dread in Babylon. I mean first say Lion, Zion, when all of them did afraid. Till even the radio station said, boy, we can't take too much of that and that. But the music was there. It wasn't making no money, because music now make no money now. Where some of them people with them boast up, talk about, you know, them don't make no money, them not selling no records. Yeah? When You see people up in the charts with the record where them sell there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Them sell out the pressing plant, them. Because this music is a business where you have some people that press the record, them, you know, and are selling, you know, right around the world. Cause you hear them talk about vinyl and bam, bam, bam. So the business is making money. The people, them don't look into these things. Them don't look pan we way. The first time them carry me go to Madison Square Garden. You know how much money the brother give me? Up on Michael Manley house, really there, Jamaica house. $100 the boy give me, you know. Give thanks to Jairia. Me don't come here for no laugh and no joke, you know. I come for talk the truth. Cause and when I got the first night, them put me on third. Cause me have the thing, you know. All Bob Marley and the Wailers did book for them on the Madison Square Garden show. Them not come because wah, dangerous. Alright. The New York Times say Jamaica language seem vowels. You know that means they don't understand what we're saying. But Big Youth mash it up all the way. 3, them put me on the 3rd the first night and the show done. Finish. Cause if disorder, everybody get up cause them come for dance. Cause them never used to have them thing there. And people are chant for Jah. And make love and no war. Cause this music carry a message, you know. And sometimes when me talk, we all get carried away with my talking, but me have to talk to you, cause put on this. Me have to talk to you, cause you have some little people about here or around here. This thing is a thing was started on a back a wall, you know, and up a Trenchtown in the pits, you know, yeah. And you have some people who go around and talk some things. That is their story. It's not the story and the history of the real people who form this music and do things, you know. You have some great one. Them talk about all gospel. Me don't even hear nobody call her Dinah Edwards' name. Poor little girl used to entertain. That is heritage. She's like Miss Lou. When me a little picnic, she out at the park and sing. Minister, think about she should have been one of the honorary citizens of this island, even though she's not here today. Cause I notice them celebrate dead more than life. Yeah? So me I say, the music and we the people, we have our heritage, you know, and a long time we tell them. Long time we are telling them and them ignore it. And boost up some things where another real thing more time. Everything like the woman said on the screen, everything is a star. It's not a racial comment, you know, because you have white niggas too, you know. Yo, what I say, some of these people think say true you go to school and you go learn about what some guy have to say. That's the story of the reggae music. Come on, man. Danger Mans, them and Johnny Moore and them people there. Them man, they get mad under this oppression. Because they're not making anything and it's they are the foundation. Those are the people before me. Yeah? That we used to watch. Yeah? So, some people just come and them talk. For them, story is not the story of the music, man. Some people knows a lot, but there's a lot of people in it. You hear me? We're going to do a song for you, because Mr. Ratman, you know. Mr. Ratman, and it's the truth, because the truth not have no friend. True that me not have much friend. Please.
True that.
I would give people comfort, good as I would say. Good like you know shoes, I would tell you. Say you on ya, but you no ban ya. Cause you no ban ya, but you want ya. Skin and no Satan make you born, yeah. Skin and no Satan make you born, yeah. Cause if your mama never born, yeah, who cares? Skin if your papa never born, yeah. So me got to tell you more, so no color Satan Matagana. Sweeter than jade, sweeter than jade. So me show you say that jade, sweeter than jade. Aya jade, aya jade, sweeter than jade. Touch it, 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 touch it. See when one is wicked, you got to kill them dead before them spreaders I would say.
Jayot.
I pray thee. Why do thee then raise and the people imagine of such vain things? Vast kings of the earth had set themselves on the ruling state council together against the Lord God Rastafari and against his anointed saying, now come let us break their bands of sunder and cast away their cards from us. The holy that seated in his heaven shall laugh. The Lord God Rastafari shall have them in his region. For then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his soul displeasure. For yet if I set thy kings upon the holy mountains of Zion, I will now declare the decree. The Lord God Rastafari hath said unto I and I, that thou art thy sons this day have I begotten thee. No ask of I and I shall give thee then for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for their possession. Jah shall break them with a rod of iron. Jah shall dash them in pieces like a pot of vessels, I will say. So be wise, thee, for we kings be struck to thee fast judges of the earth. Serve the Lord God to Rastafari with fear, rejoice with tremble. Kiss I and I the son unless he be younger, but perish from his ways. Good God. When his wrath is kindled but the liquor, tell ya. And so blessed be all, blessed be everyone as I would say. And blessed be all they that put their trust in the true and living God, Rastafari. That this man shall be like the holy mountains of Zion that cannot be removed but abided forever. Cause so the mountains round about Jerusalem, and so the Lord our God, Rastafari, is round about his people, as I would say. The light of the wicked shall not rest upon the righteous, unless this individual righteous put forth his hands unto iniquity. So do good, O Lord God, Rastafari, unto them that are good,
and upright,
and unto those that are upright in their heart. Cause such as when I turn into his crooked way, he don't say.
See, you must know the books them properly. See, listen.
Sheltering under Christianity and using all means of insanity to achieve vanity, robbing and stealing in the name of the Lord and playing the game in the same name. Singing at the 10 against 1, sing at it till the 10 against 1, cause I tell you it will be 10 against 1. One man I don't like is a hypocrite, the other one I don't like is a hooligan. The land gone back fighting, going at him.
See, a serious thing, you know. I mean, I tell you. Africa, listen.
My brothers and my sisters, now this is a message of love. Oh, yeah. And if only everyone could learn to live in love and unity, then things would be better. Not only things would be better, but the world would be better. All right. Walking down the streets in Africa, Africa, looking at the sky in Africa, Africa,
That we are say. How much people didn't know that? So, these are the good things that has happened to us over the years, you know. And it's a shame that in all the transitions and transitions and transitions over the years, it seems that we're waiting for permission to honor ourselves. It just goes to show you what is independent is not independence. But that's another day for another conversation, which is the same conversation on this here platform. Now, here's how this thing here did read to me. We must stop confusing religion and spirituality. Listen good, you know. And not me I say this, you know. This is something that people are saying was sent. We must stop confusing religion and spirituality. Religion is a set of rules, regulation, rituals created by humans, which were supposed to help people spiritually. But due to human imperfection, religion has become corrupt. Or we can say religion is corrupt, but let me say religion has become corrupt. Political diversions and a tool for power struggle. Spirituality is not theology or ideology. It is simply a way of life, pure and original, as given by the Most High. Yes. Spirituality is a network linking us to the Most High, the universe, and each other. Haile Selassie I the First. So I don't know if the person is saying that His Imperial Majesty is the one who said this, or he just attributed the fact that His Imperial Majesty projected a spiritual character, you know. So we are break this thing down now. The concept here, the points here are European founded. It have nothing to do with Africans. So we're gonna bring the spirituality to we. But the religion and the behaviors and the history, the references within history as to how religion was used and how it was implemented and so forth is European. It's people from the cold part of the earth. Yes, Caucasians. And we must try to understand, those of us who don't know, you know, or have read anything pertaining to the people of the North, the people we call Caucasians. They were late in the day when it come to what is generally called civilized, not civilization, but civilized human beings. It took many decades for them to recognize a civilized behavior. It's true. It can be said more crude, you know, but it took them that time. So, what is called religion in a European perspective is things that them capture from the continent and things that they were granted favors to, having access to from the Greeks And then later on, the Romans, where they infiltrated things, because them were the barbaric beasts. The Romans. Why? Because they wanted to dominate people. The Romans. They wanted to dominate this land, this earth. So them beat up people. So them coming little more when them find out that there was something that was happening among people. This is why the Christ thing, the thing them call Christian and all of that, you have to see and fit that with Rome. You see how Rome is the one who project these things and how it actually finish up. And all the plagiarizing and it's Rome. But anyway, so these people them use all of these things now and them find say that to control a people, them can use this tool. So them take what is a spiritual practice and a scientific practice true to curiosity out of our continent, out of our parents, our ancestral continent, written by the Greeks as to how them perceive it and how they wish for it to work for them. Can them take something from cross this so and take it back, bring it back across this here so and fix it up a way for them to work it for their civilization, for their societies, for their people. And this is what pastors them cannot tell you. They can't speak like this because them go to the school, theological training to become pastor, bishop, and ministers. You see? So them teach them a particular way. You understand? And this way them teach them now is that them supposed to be the architects are the teachers of this religion. So, in the saying here, that is what human beings have done. It is true. But they're also trying to say, well, you see, when you come to these religions, so now, not because me as a Muslim, I got to part the way now. No. What people supposed to have asked a bigger question is, until we are the children of the slaves in the diaspora, we can be forgiven for so much because we're picking up things as we evolve. We're seeing things and we're responding to things because of our curiosity and wanting to be connected to something. So, where our parents were in that which is known as spiritual chants and commoner and so forth, many a people outside of the islands them know not this and would not even speak of it. So when people like our parents them come to a foreign land, as in England and Canada and even the US, that chain of connection, that visual experience were lost. Yes, because the heart was in the islands, among the elders, among our grandparents and our great-grandparents. And it had no connection to what is referred to as religion. It didn't have no connection to what is known as Christianity. It was just a ritual, spiritual journey. And I use the term ritual because the way that word is commonplace, can be commonplacely used in the vocabulary and the English literature and English grammar, so people can try to comprehend where I'm trying to go. Because there were a lot of expressions, and you can call those things rituals. There were a lot of expressions and turning, voicing, and sounding, yeah? Because there was the drum, there was what we call the Congo drum, the bongo drum. There were things that we know as tambourines. There were all kind of acoustic songs and cymbals, and so much different sounds from the mouth, from the human voice. And it wasn't singing. It was so much songs. And little more, some ones were called it chanting and so forth. So these were spiritual awakening. These were spiritual display. They didn't come from no textbook. And it definitely did not come from no Christian anything of this nature. So we have to be very careful when we try to acquaint modern theology or modern explanations for certain things and try to put them together and not realizing that you discriminate. You see that word there? you become, you explain something in a European fashion because perhaps it's European people you try to please. And most time it's European people you try to distance yourself from. And the only way that can happen or could happen and should happen is leave his tools alone. That's simple. No. Human imperfections. When Europe, as in Germany, Britain, and them come from Latin to what them call English, and the Germans have for them language, and they all deciphering and putting all these things together. This is after the Nicene and all of these things. That era finish. It's now they must institute themselves individually as the custodians or the head corners of God. Them have this serious perception that them have it more than the next one. So they're all doing their thing. In other words, some realize that their society can become refined based on this structure. So what is generally really looked upon as religion was sought to develop certain developed societies, qualities in people. And it was working. It was working. It's just that them find themselves wanting a hierarchical positioning to not to define it, but to claim it. And why is this was happening? They would come to this concept. You have to remember what was the position that they were in before. They were not cultured people. They were the last to become civil. Them still had that rogue mentality. And there was a very small number that was looked upon as the top class people in society, are people that people will listen to. So what we've got here is these documents that were used to formulate a society, to calm and develop a humane quality within a people, but within nations, different countries, right across Europe. If you read or study the Inquisition, you will see how terrible that was, and the reasons for that was because they wanted people to follow a particular way. And they should not be going against the grain, and they should not have in their possession X, Z, and Y. And again, there was a small percentage of people who had access and who were able to read. I'm telling you. So when Europe push up them chests, they're only doing that to us, the children of the slaves. Them not doing that to the greater portion of the world. And this is where our continent, not reaching out to us to have a level playing field so we can appreciate or realize what was. So what I am saying is what I've configured through being in institutions, through having the privilege of learning within the institutions. Nothing more, nothing less. And have had an extraordinary mother in the process of realizing, analyzing, dissecting this old journey called religion and Christianity and all these things. You see? So the spiritual side, or the spirituality, the awakening of a human being and our curiosity about where we came from, not country, what is our purpose living and being on this earth and so forth. This is within the culture of a people, and looking and examining the terrain, i.e. the world, but the space in which one resides. And that's why it's important for me to keep saying and us to keep realizing that we lack independence. Because if we have independence, that space is not just ours. We would explore that space and make use of that space as good researchers and scientists does. And contentment is the key in that understanding. You see? And harmony. Plus, we work within the seasons. So patience and tolerance and perseverance will be a key. And you have what you call a harmonious environment, i.e. a harmonious society. You see? Now, what will sprout out of that? Spirituality. Because our surroundings is what we are curious about. And we will be giving thanks for all that we see around us, which is nature. Which is nature. See, when a person up here said spiritual network, what network? You see, this is a modern terminology. Linking. No. Our curiosity and our scientific observation towards within our precinct or our surroundings, where it's an island, as in Africa, the continent, the appreciation of that and the willingness to examine it and to question everything means that our reservoir within our deepness inside of us to become what is known as a researcher or a scientist is what would have been happening. And then one touches that deep reservoir within us that is known as our souls. Now, there's no theology and ideology attached to all of that, but having our good researchers, analysts, them definitely be able to write and record our own experiences. So whether we choose to use a word like theology or ideology, it be totally up to us. But since we are being exposed to European allergies, European culture, European theology, European ideology, European philosophy, Europe as a whole, our mental application would be to espouse these headings and try to determine or expound those headings. With me now, me move away from that. And Al-Islam does also. You see now how me I bring the thing? Al-Islam does also. Because spirituality is wholesome to each and every individual. But as a collective, as a people with their moral standings and the ethical and principles, it has a development within the natural existence of all things. Of all things. It's just within this expression because it's life itself. What Islam do not adhere to is people who want to break away from, let us say, the world and park themselves up on hills and mountains and isolate themselves away from naturalness, nature itself. But it's not so. What they will be saying is that they must move themselves away from people and go and link themselves, become more acquainted with nature. So now a man decide him no want no connection with a woman. Him don't want no involvement with other people unlike him. Whether it's a Buddhist, whatever. So you have people like this. But Al-Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, does not require that of us. At all. So now where's the balance? There won't be any. So here's what Islam advocates. That there must be a spiritual and material balance. Because of all things, the earth is what we have that sustains us, and we have to nurture the earth so that the earth will be able to provide and to sustain us. It's a natural thing. Why is it natural? Through our observation. You understand? Through the naked eye observation. This is not something that's going to be taught in Oxford or Cambridge. This is through our natural observation. So now we're looking at the earth, and we should accept responsibility for our surroundings. But the first responsibility, materially, is ourselves. For if we do not take care of ourselves, we will cease to not exist, but we will cease to have what we call a balanced experience. We will cease to have that. It'll be miserable. And this is how the Europeans work. You just be miserable because you instead of exploring and making use of your exploration, you're just waiting for something to happen. But through the evolvement, we understand the importance of responsibility. And this is not just taking the responsibility from a European's perspective and say, okay, why pick that word there? Because, number one, we need to have somewhere where there's a hut. We need to have shelter. Number two, we need to be able to be nourished. So we are going to be thirsty. We need water. Number three, we need to cultivate the land. Because once we examine the land, we can see that the land bringeth forth food. Huh? So now we take care of the land. We have somewhere to rest. We take care of the water. We're not too far from water. We know so that we're going to need water. Now we irrigate the land to accumulate the food that we don't see exist already, because we never put it there. Now we are corral the food. Now we have family. Now we have family. What we call family today we have. In all of this, we're still taking care of what we call today health. But this is material. This is an activity. Now, the material is everything that's on the earth. Everything that's on the earth. And what man is good at after this? Man rests. Man rests. Man give thanks for having the privilege to have this water. Man give thanks for this land and this food. Man give thanks for the company that becomes what we call today family. But man also feels comfortable with his body once he is not having any form of discomfort. Yes, health. Man, out of all of these things, we learn, we evolve. But guess what? We're giving thanks. Whether we give thanks to the house, the water, the land, the food, the company that we have, it's a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual realization. It's not a conflict. It's nothing to do with conflict. It is what you call human science. It's moral science. It's moral science development. It's looking at resources. It's looking at life balance. It's a people evolving and feeling comfortable. But then you find, say, with us Africans, even in the diaspora and on plantation, they are humming. And today we were taught by the Europeans to sing a certain thing. But we hum and we put voice to things, our sound to things, put our voice to it, and we create a different element of something that's deep within us that motivates our being. Now, this is spiritual enlightenment. Why did I use the word science? Because our curiosity never stops. We're evolving, we're progressing to what we call a journey called life skills. And today they call it education. We're evolving. Who is this we? We're taught these Africans, us. Right now, I've just eliminated the European phenomena out of all of this. So that prejudice, that thing where religion create confusion, that's them. The level of understanding of us reaching out to a superior being, our being outside of ourselves, that we will call a God, our goddess, because different peoples, is our social science. Understanding our environment, trying to understand it. Because that's what we did. Now, taking time out is again coming together as a unit of people and giving that which is now called spiritual enlightenment within ourselves, which is chanting, singing, humming, all of these things. But you see what now? It is to be exposed, not to the new phenomenon, to that which was, to become more appreciative without having objections. And the reason I'm using that word objections, when someone is not exposed to certain things, or haven't been exposed to certain things, them conjure up different perspectives on something. Rightly so. But if they gave themselves the chance, as in patience, to observe and to be curious at this time, they'll find so that them great father and mother used to do X, Z, and Y. And all it takes is to become more familiarized with that. And you may find that that which is now, 21st century, and what you have learned or see, you can link or you can disregard. Now, for us Muslims, African Caribbean Muslims, we have seen a lot of similarities in what is called Zika, Komina, into Islam. Because Islam have all of these things, but them just call it zikr. And those who appreciate that area, it's in every prayer. It's at the beginning and the end of every prayer. Them set times to go inside. Them take time. Them set times to go inside. And what we say? Charge with spiritual battery. Keep it charged. And this is in our space, our homes, or if there's so much of us, in a mosque. But early Fajr prayer is a spiritual awakening. Because it is said for us that prayer is better than sleep. Tell that now to the rest of our people. Them say, why you mad? Prayer is better than sleep. Because we are give thanks for everything that we have. And most importantly, for life. And we thus be well elevated. Now those who walk that path and live that path, they don't have conflict. A true thing. No. What's about the material? Yeah, we need money. You have to work. You should work. Life skills is through curiosity. And you develop things from that. And yes, and our science is looking at our surroundings, which is an educational tool, so we can call it education. But no, materialistically, we are in the world. And if we had our own independent source, we would have had extracted that which is material from the earth for the benefit of ourselves, like every other nation have done. And not because they've done it, we are having to catch up. Now, who's the we that's having to catch up? This we is us, the children of the slaves. We're not in the world competition. Where we are is trying to exercise ourselves with dignity. Once we do that and develop this trust that I keep speaking about, we will find our way connecting, rebonding ourselves with our ancestors, with our family. Not ancestors of the past, the ones here in the present. We're lost children, we're lost people needing to be connected. Needing to be connected. Anything short of that is that we have accepted to be integrated, blah, 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 and we are lost cause saying, well, we not belong nowhere. And with my concept, no, we belong somewhere. And that's not an artificial dream. But belonging there, we need to connect ourselves, our spiritual selves first, and then our physical self second. And those two things are physical, spiritual, and material. When I see no children of the slave run into Africa because we understand that diamonds and gold are there, when I say that, what we have never been encouraged to do is to connect ourselves with our people, because we are lost. So when a person or individual speak about our spirituality, it's trying to get rid of that trauma that slavery has given to us. That traumatic syndrome, slavery syndrome, that has got us so weak as a people, as human beings. And the Europeans knows this. So when they set up the islands, they left their colonial institutions in there, refusing to let us be free. So we're subservient. They're afraid of us knowing ourselves. Not afraid of us boxing them up. They're afraid of us knowing ourselves. We have not been allowed to invest towards life development. We have not been allowed to invest towards life development. We have just seen as merely consumers, as a people needing constant assistance, needing help constantly. Not a people exploring the material resources of this earth. Not a people looking at life skills and understanding scientific moral values of my surroundings so I can develop resources and have a life balance. I've not been allowed to do that. So no matter how much education they allow me to have, without freedom, it means nothing. It does nothing for me, for us. But what they knew is that containing us, we will become inventors. And look at the children, look at the slaves in North America and across this Europe. We invented everything that humanly have been required. Everything. And look where we came from. We came from non-existence. Our language, our names, we never had. So we had to learn about that man. We took their education and outmaneuver them with our own sensibility to look at an environment that was hostile to us and accomplished something and invented things for the same people that has kept us in bondage all of these decades. What a great people. Who tells a story like this? Al-Islam, the Prophet of Islam, tell the story like this. But because someone have told you, you don't want to be an Arab, someone have told you something that prejudices yourself about this knowledge. And who is it that did not allow us to invest in ourselves towards life development, but only become consumers? Islam? The Europeans. And they didn't have to put no chains round her hands and feet. They know that psychologically we're beat. Because we were spiritually transformed. We not knew ourselves. And we've been trying to find ourselves and to create a moral base based on their principles and a cultured base based on what they allowed us to do. What they allowed us to do. So here where we come in now. And this is where some people say, yeah, man, we have values. Which value? The value that they allowed us to have is entertainment, play and amusement. Play and amusement, entertainment. The best of our people that was dealing with inventions and creating things, they isolate them. They isolated them. What's the play and amusement? Boxing. Yes, boxing. Running. Running. And we're having to run away from our captors. But running. It's a big entertainment, you know. Running. Basketball. Acrobatics. Deny science. Deny gravity. Yes. Skillful ingenuity. Using our bodies. Singing. Singing. Great talent. What do we sing? We sing European things. But what we started to sing early, coming on the plantation and trying to get off the plantation. Rebellious songs, freedom songs, emancipational songs. You hear Big Youth, you hear all the artists them that we play, and then you know enough of the artists. But what someone has been doing is prohibiting that. And what they started to do, undress our women, degrade our women, make our boys, young men, degrade our women. So now instead of something morally strong and firm, it becomes sexual innuendos. And then the videos become so explicit. And not one thought or shame to think, I have a mother. Who did that? No, arts and craft. So what do we become? Domestic servants. Domestic servants. Go to all the islands and see the employment after all the graduations that we have every year. We have very bright people, very intelligent people, but they're domestic servants, servitude slaves. And the selected 1 and 2, then put up their 50 and 60, then put up their calling themselves politicians. And they're just like the house slave. Not they're just like, they are the house slaves. Because some person called the Governor General and everybody else are run the thing. Struggle. Where people don't know nothing else but struggling. We don't know anything else. We just, our life till we die is a struggle. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never tell we that. That we live to struggle. No. That we will have to struggle in life, but not through being dictated to and misused and abused. The natural terrain of this earth, we will struggle to maintain it. We will struggle to maintain it. But persevere with patience and tolerance and uprightness. This is the command. Persevere with tolerance and patience and uprightness. And all you mankind, you be in harmony. Where? On this earth. And your life will be pleasing unto you, which would then be rewarded to your soul. How? Which will be then rewarded to your soul. Which is bigger? Which is bigger? That's what we're seeking when we use the term. We want this spirituality. Some people are using it to think that them can set up something like a religion and just gone off somewhere and mimic something that's a carbon copy of something, and say, that's it. No. It's deep. But first things first. First things first. Accept responsibility. If you can't take care of yourself, how can you be in tune to your soul? Every man have to burn him soul, not burn. Have to understand him soul, him and her soul. And have to be pleasing to their soul. We have to take responsibility for ourselves and to create a harmonious, loving space that soul can flourish like a flower blossom blooms. You think, say, I go wait till one day you just go home and go up in the hills, sit down by a river fall, a waterfall, and burn a chalice and feel, say, yeah, my land. No. That's the aftermath. What happened before? What happened before? And then after that, now, where you going to do? Where you going to do? Sleep. And the day after that day, back on the same treadmill? Because you want that sensation? No. That's buzz rock. No. No. There's more of a comprehensive way of dealing with this thing. Because it's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's a full 1,000% organic way of life because it must have love, must have truth, it must be harmonious, it must be sincere, it must be trustworthy, it must be a practice, what you call rituals, it must be. That's what it is. That's what me start here say. Islam have a whole heap of do's and don'ts. Because you must have a regulatory force. Because that's the source that we're coming from. It's not every day we're going to feel so strong, able. No. We're not going to be 100% fit. We have to persevere. We have to replenish ourselves. What are we going to do? Not be good scientists, good doctors. We're going to sit there and just chant and hope for the best. No, nothing goes so. See, when you work with the other thing, then people get a story time. And that's why everybody that a brand new be in Hebrew, this is on story time. And then behave like, say, them know something, but they're not building life. It's all about knowing and not building. Saying that this and this and this and this is the case and not building. And the Europeans did not allow us and have no intention of allowing the children of the slave to be able to invest in themselves towards life development. Towards life development. All them do is allow we to learn one and two things, distract we, divide us, and how them divide us? The best of us, them keep away from the others. Huh? And we are supposed to be part of this, what them call third class race of people. Huh? And look how them take themselves. Them say them are first world. Them say somebody like India is the second world. And them say Africa is the third, maybe in the fourth world. See? One must listen. And then to make a serious other distinction, them have the G7 or the G12 and so forth. And we are the richest nation on earth that we didn't have to spend no money to do. God give it that. There's none other. Maybe them at Mars or somebody, but we don't know. Nobody can go there. So there's no competition with Mars, Jupiter, or Pluto, or Venus, or whatever. Huh? God give we that. So He obviously give us that for a reason. But someone came and exploited it, and exploit us to exploit it. And we still haven't done anything about it up to this point in time because we've been deluded. So who are we? Again, we're the children of the slaves. Not a great deal is expected of us because we don't know who we are. And it's pointless saying, yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm an African, but listen, my whole life experience, my transformation and everything has been lost. So I'm suffering from traumatic stress. I'm suffering from traumatic slavery syndrome. I'm suffering from all kind of things. And still, we're not like what them called today modern day terrorists that seem that them say are claimed to be brainwashed. We're still noble. What we haven't done and seem not to want to do is organize ourselves as a people so that we can develop this thing that we call trust. Huh? Yes. Because life needs a balance. And we have well imbalanced people. Not Africa, but the teaching is over there, so you don't know, you can't feel it. Because that colonial institution is what they're running. And to date, they're not brave enough to say, hey, hold on, we don't want this no more. So this is why you have these people showing some of the children them for shout out about supremacy and push it in with fierce and make we understand, say, listen, we are nothing. That's what it's all about. So, people, we need to be sincere and truthful to ourselves. We need to do that so we can have true spiritual influence within ourselves to develop the balance that we need. None of us are supposed to try and escape the earth, the materialness of the earth, and run to a mountain because we all are doctors. Each one of us. And we're not taught the physician doctor, no. We're doctors in our own right. But what we do not do, and we weren't encouraged to do, because we're still the children of the slave, to know anything about nature. We don't have a clue. Talking about, yeah, man, this is good land. No, we have not experienced nature. We know we have to eat. Since we know we have to eat, how come we're just consumers for that which we require to eat and we don't produce that for ourselves and we don't have our own amenities to give ourselves them things that we require? Because we weren't allowed. And it's aid and support that one needs. So now we get to a point now where we have to play catch up in this land. But some other people have that area cornered off, as they will call it. So the only hope for us is to escape this place. Now those of us who ain't got 2 shillings to rub, two coins to rub together to make a one, can't do it. So every time we turn, we stuck. We stuck. So now Africa comes at this late stage in our lives, telling us about you're able to come home. Them not say them are repatriate with, them not say them are give we free air, right? So those of us who cannot find the corn can't make that trip. And many of us will die very sad. Many of us would have traumatic stress. Many of us would have mental fallouts. Many of us have psychological problems. Many of us have, we call it, deep worry syndromes, because we want to make that journey. If it's the last thing that we do on this earth, who is this? The children of the slave. So now we are going to finish up with the haves and the have-nots. Here Big U say, it take long. It take long. Him not youthful. It take long. Him better than many of the others, because he can run about still, you know. Rest of them lie up, needing an assistant, needing medical support, ain't got $2. And outside people are come. But before them give them a $2, them take them catalog. Them take them catalog. Or them take them material and go catalog. All the group called the Scatterlights and all the people are fight for both them and take them name and all kind of different things. A whole heap of madness. And this is just music. The best of our educated people don't educate us, them educate others. Because what do we have to offer them? We're not an institution. And we ain't got no banking system. So we can't employ them. We can't motivate and encourage them to just be there spiritually to attend to us. So you see the problem? No. Now you hear the problem. You see where crossing the problem is. So, these people have created their own problems. That's their problem and the Fui problem. Huh? Religious convictions and beliefs, spirituality, religiousness, and unworthiness. That's them. That's not us. You understand? That's them. Theology, religion, mysticism, and doctrine of what? This is them. So when you go through all of these things, you see all these trimming is leading to them. It's just like a question that can be asked. Why did the European them decide that they were going to Al-Quds, which is Jerusalem? What calls them to go there? It's back to this religion thing, because them created something to alleviate themselves and to develop their societies. But when them look out the box now and everything, them don't go and beat up the Greeks. Who they got things from? Them go look for other people them that have the similarity, because them understand from the Greeks and everybody else that these people are practicing a particular way. So they want to uniform everything and get rid of anything that opposes their thing. This was Rome. This is why black people are run down this thing called Jesus like fools. The man don't have this name doesn't relate to that individual. And you try to convert a man's language. And instead of trying to find out our own. What is wrong with this? Madness. This is the struggle that we're supposed to be going through with ourselves, with our own peoples. The whole dogma of ideology, the whole dogma that them bring with theology, that's their thing. It caused them to have this inquisition. It caused them to have so much plague and madness. And we come as modern day people in the 21st century as the children of the slave and undertake the same nonsense. The same nonsense. No, spirituality rich on the continent of Africa. Spirituality is rich in Al-Islam. Spirituality is the African man, the black man. Not all human beings have the potential and the capabilities to be spiritual. It's some human beings that refuse. Now, if mankind did not have these allergies and all these things with him trying to dominate, the world would be a lovely place. Human beings will be a remarkable set of people, because we are. But loving and cherishing, we're not. And it just appeared that somehow someone understand a time. Now we have our children warring and killing one another. That is not an important issue for pastors. That's not an important issue for black people. Leave it down to individualistic individuals who feel the problem. Huh? Trying to become rich and losing life. Being consumers continuously and then stopping and say, wait a minute. Come on, Jack. How much money did they say last year we made out of music? How much of that have we got? Why the hell have we got no industries out of the music industry? How comes our name is not branded on this industry? No. You're too busy not realizing what life is and valuing life. You're too busy not trying to understand that we have a deep-rooted culture that we're supposed to invest within. You're too busy not realizing that we missed the boat when we did not realize that Solomon's seed, and we refused Solomon's seed on this earth, was Menelik. We allowed them to strip our monarchy, allowed them to strip our messenger, allowed them to strip our antenna with God Almighty on this earth and place it elsewhere. And then you have the only justified monarchy on the earth, which is here in Britain. Hey, do I need to say that again? I know some Rastas is like, what a blow. What? Yeah, but here what I mean, you have to cool down, star. You have to cool down. Because it's not my fault it's take you so long to try and go and learn some Amharic. It's not my fault it's take you so long to go in Abyssinia and really look not at European structures, but look at Abyssinian structures. It's not my fault that you did not make love to the Falasha. It's not my fault that you don't understand when it says that they've been crowned the Lion of the tribe of Judah, that Judah represent Yaqub. Not my fault. It's not my fault it didn't tell you that this is where Bani Israel is. It's not my fault. Why is it my fault? Why you want to even try to think or to try to say that I'm ignorant? Which ignorant? How is it ignorant? You're ignoring to pay the rent. Is that what it is? I can do a little doctor's walk on that. You know what I mean? Listen. So I know some of my brethren that are Rasta and vex now, but don't get vexed, star. Huh? Because if you deal with any of the Bible, then make sure you say, that Menelik is a seed of Solomon. Serious thing. And you give up the godly antenna. You give up the godly antenna. And the British help you did that. And many of you don't know that and see that. They help you to do that. They help themselves, divided the kingdom. And now they're on the verge. They've been on the verge now for the last, 5 years? Destroying the last remnants of that in Yemen. And the remnants of the part of the son of the prophet in Yemen. Coming up with a whole heap of disguise and talking foolishness. We allowed it to happen with Sudan. Now it's happening with Yemen, with some infiltrators that them called Saudis and so forth. And the world has backed it and sat down and said nothing. And no matter how people talk about this and talk about that, nothing's happened. You see? Yes. Because why? We don't keep our eye on the prize, and we don't understand that all these origins, all these titles, is inherently ours. It's not something supposed to be done in isolation without all of us, but it has to be done by individuals. Yes. Spirituality is bounded by individuals. It's not some grouping thing that gets together and everything. Once you start the trot and you develop yourself, myself, and my family, my immediate surroundings, right? Now you have a chain. Now you have a chain. And it continues. It becomes marvelous. Some of you are want to come see us, trod with us for a month. Not even a month, 3 months. Trod with us. Some of the ones them that go Africa, they don't come back and talk that. Them come back and talk how beautiful the place is naturally, right? And then them go back there quick for set up dance and all kind of thing, and concerts and all kind of thing. Seriously now. Anybody want to get vexed with me, try get vexed with the damn self, you idiots. That's what them do. And you got some other good ones that go down there and carry a whole heap of food stuff, clothing, material stuff for the people them to have them primary school, nurseries and everything. Yes. But at the same time, people them I work with is the same race people them that are set up dance and all kind of safari, this and beach, that and everything. We have a righteous brother from the Black Panther, and still I'm still with that thing. Him gone into become a big promoter. Hey, everybody want to be the first one to do this and this and this and everything. And then when them take sick, they want to go in the villages. When them hear that this person go take the manhood chest and went out for all 30 days or 40 days and everything, and then the people them christen him and baptize them, all kind of thing. Them say, right it, we need some of that. And then what? Them start pretending that there's some worldly, some worth, some person of worth. We treat ourselves bad. And when I understand that them elders there, they're not going to be there for long. So we need to catch them quick and not to hurt them and then them run away and them turn them face from we. Right it. You just don't understand the principles and the ethics and the morals of the whole thing. Because the culture that we've depicted here for ourselves, that's all it is. It doesn't match with nothing on the continent. But we've done good. See, we've done good. Even being consumers. At least a lot of us understand that. But how comprehensive are we, really? You know what I mean? So, I done show you, say, Allah is the ultimate authority in our lives. Totally. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, is the ultimate authority in our lives. Totally. You understand? The Quran has thousands of do's and don'ts. And don't mix us up with what them call terrorism. Because you see the British people, when the IRA was doing their bombings and everything, you see, The bombings, you know, them are go around and assassinate this body and that body. Lord Mountbatten was assassinated, blew up by such people, them say. You understand? We never hear these despicable languages, you know. Say, you know, say the white man go stick to himself, even though he have a big problem with himself. So I was something now, it's a Muslim thing that I use for the election. It's a terrorist thing that I use. And the people them who get them brainwashed and everything, it's covert operations. Because the people, some of the people them have mental problem. The people them keep them such and such place, let them out, track them, do whatever them have to do to mind control everything. The people them go do some crazy things. Anybody with them goddamn ounce of sense, read the Quran and see what the Quran tell anybody that them supposed to do these atrocious or any atrocious thing whatsoever. There's nothing there. Nothing, period. Huh? What is there? It is people who would not like what the hell they've been doing in South Africa for all them years, right? The same kind of thing and worse are happening in a Palestine. So we're naturally upset about that. And our mosque is being digged down and abused and everything. Many of our Muslim people go in and stand up and urinate and desecrate and everything, and then ask what we are going to do about it? Where's your God? And everything. Them take the living of us. Huh? This is experience, man. Make we go up at Buckingham Palace and piss on the wall and see what happened to it. We don't do that. We don't even think of doing that, even though the blasted people enslaved my grandparents them forever. We are say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deal with you. Me I say God Almighty will deal with it. Before me come Muslim, I say Jah will deal with it. Jah will guide me and Jah will protect me and Jah will deal with it. That's what we used to say. So now me a Muslim now, me understand what thing. Me I say the same thing. Me just say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deal with it. The thing say when I get away, which get away? Have your fun now, smile now, you're going to weep much later. Whether it's in this life or the life after, you will weep. You will weep. But me have a duty to perform. What's my duty? To make sure my children them learn. Not to go fight with a white boy, a white woman, a white nation. Learn to be able to go to that continent and be of use in that continent and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Seriously. Simple. And we trod spiritually. Because all of this other thing that me are going on, you see my gear that's gone up, that's hostility. Brings about arrogance and intolerance. That's what the man love us to be on. Nah. We know the spiritual realm and we know how it's sweet already. You understand? So anybody who willing, just like Ramadan, you know, take time out and fast for 1 month with us, with any Muslim. Take time out now and come give we 3 months of your time. Forget spiritual awakening. And you see how beautiful our grandparents were. And you see how effective our parents who came here, whilst we are here, how diligent they were. You understand? This is important. And I'm not going to change this record. This record is going to remain. You understand? Because right now, me's the only one I run it. You understand? I'm not in a competition with anybody, but me not run from it because I don't know what my parents done. I don't know what my grandparents done. Big you say, why it takes so long? Right it. You understand? Why it takes so long? Who's recognizing? Everybody jump up about independence. Independence, your backside. Which independence? There's no independence. There's no independence. We'll be made dependent all this while. And them theological jackasses that do them thing just for the money. And them smile with us and tell us that the Lord told them. They're lying. And those people who want Christ, they want to try to understand Christ properly. Right? And even some Muslims who are telling about Jesus and everything, you know, ask them, where does it say Jesus in the Quran? Ask them. And if them get a British English translation say, no, we don't want that. Tell me. Where it say that? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. So may I go away. With the time. Ooh, hey, I did quite well. May I go away. You understand? You see? So, I like this type of thing, you know. Seriously. I don't just like it. I love it said way, you know. Seriously, me's an egotistic individual. You see? But pastors, you understand? Some of y'all get messages from certain people. Understand? Is you have to step up and do the thing that is right. You're not supposed to just lean back and carry on like say, yeah? Because I am going in a grave in the earth just like you. I would wish that when my time come, most of the things that I want to do that is right, I've accomplished. What is it that you're trying to do? Eh? What is it that you're trying to do? Stay miserable? Nah. Come off of that. You can't stay miserable like that and make people believe, say, that you run something. You're not running anything. What happened to this thing, you know? The thing stick on me. Oh, gosh, man. Serious. Yeah. Yes. I like when the things start for work, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I have to find a couple tune to play. I'm go away. I'm gone. With the tune in them. I don't like when I put things too far and then I can't find them in a cha. Yeah. Everything here good, but it's a wrong thing. Yeah.
You don't have to go if your heart says no now. You don't have to go if your heart says no now. Bide your time, my baby, you'll soon get through. Bide your time, my baby, I'm all for you. I don't wanna lose 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 you. Never hurry, love, it's sad and blue now. Never hurry, love, it's all for you. Give a little time, let it come your way. Give a little time and it's there to stay. I don't wanna lose you. I don't wanna lose you. I don't wanna lose you. I don't wanna lose you, yeah.
See, also Augustus Pablo, Augustus probably should be knighted. You understand? Him should be knighted. You see it? And Leonard Chin.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, the people ought to know that in the beginning, God created the earth and all the things therein. Yes, the people ought to know that He gave it to man to subdue and have dominion over everything on this earth. Whoa, yeah.
Right. You see the level now of his presentation. We have learned that through the evolution of time. And we have depicted many of these things out of these books and reasoning from our elders through the evolution of time. See? Now, could you imagine? Try to imagine if we were at home or we were in connection or in contact with our brothers and sisters, or they were in contact with us in this diaspora, throughout these islands, and so on. A different thing altogether. See? So the journey, the struggle, the perseverance, the endurance that we've been through is remarkable. It's remarkable. Not knowing our names, not knowing our culture, not knowing our moral values, not knowing any damn thing to reach a point where we can be saying all these things. That's why when me say, I'm going to bring my son Bible. Some people say the boy is blaspheming and all that. You're a fool. You just don't listen carefully. And you believe, see, you're brutish, you're British. And you believe, see, that your culture, the queen is your this and that. That's how we were taught. So we don't see nothing that look like we, that's charitable. We don't see it. We do not see it. And then we expect to get out of this, what do you call it, conundrum that we're within. Come on, man. Be sensible. Wake up.
Give me what is mine, mine. Give me what is mine. It's about time. Alright. Give me a slice of the cake. Yes, that I'm on help to bake. That's all I want. Just a slice of the cake. Man, that's all I will take. Every time I try a thing, and it seems like I'm about to win. You're ready to eating this a drop but good. So eating this a drop but good. When time come for me to get my share, you're ready to and never really treat I fear. No way, never really treat I fear. But any man will work, we get paid. And I hope you will see things my way. You hear me say, give me a slice of the cake. Yes, that I'm on hell to bake. That's all I want, a slice of the cake. Man, that's all I will take. Give me what is mine, mine. Give me what is mine. Give me what is mine, mine. It's about time. Alright. Give me what is mine. Oh yes. Why would we
some man, him want to drop book, while the next man wait out there, him a drop tip. Say everything well nice when the business a gone, but when the mass we pass, I'm always the last. So hear me say, hey, then them a drop out girl. Hey, then this a drop out girl. Hear what them do? Hey, then them a drop out girl. Hey, then this a drop out girl. Every time I try a thing, and it seems like I'm about to win. Malayan.
Guidance is in Abyssinia.
Yeah, man. Loyal to the awakening. Morgan Heritage.
Do it! People, rise up and live.
Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up and live.
Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up and live, yeah. Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
I and I are done. With them lies and propaganda, I are done. Oh yeah. The world is in a conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
I and I are done, yeah. Oh, now 2,000 years of mental slavery. Cast these chains from us. Sons and daughters, we are of spirituality. So let your light shine from us. Jah say we run them, run them, run them. Run the deceivers and liberate the mass. Jah say we run them, run them, run them. Run the deceivers and liberate the mass. The world is in a conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
A conscious state of mind. I and I are done. Now behold the awakening. Now behold the awakening. I and I are done. With them lies and propaganda, I are done. Oh yeah, just hear me now. The truth we are find out for ourselves. Now wait for no teacher come teach we nothing else. The internet backfire for them and now them want to censor them. Where do them wanna research and then start to enlighten friends? When in a conscious state of mind, a conscious state of mind. This is how the world that runs. What has been hidden now become the awakening.
I hide, black and white, march side by side. In this fight to liberate, liberate, liberate those enslaved by the mind. No longer shall we tolerate. Turn a blind eye to what is going on worldwide when leaders congregate. They congregate not for the benefit of I and I, but control us on the false witness.
Why they don't know we in a conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind, yeah. Behold, behold, yeah.
Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
Now behold the awakening. I and I are done. With them lies and propaganda, I are done. Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
Now behold the awakening. I and I are done. With them lies and propaganda, I are done. The world is in a conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
A conscious state of mind.
Conscious state of mind.
Now behold the awakening.
Rockers again. You know, loyalty we say now. Loyalty. Rockers.
Guidance. Tell your friends, man. Link it, subscribe to it, press the button, give it some boost. Don't get frightened. Serious thing. Guidance. Gone. Assalamu alaikum.